200 thought leaders and business representatives attended the much-anticipated release of the Asialink business report on Australia's job future, the rise of Asia and the services opportunity. Produced in collaboration with ANZ and PwC, the report says Australia's services sector is currently undervalued, but by 2030 could become our most important Asian export, earning $163 billion a year and supporting 1 million Australian jobs.
This report is incredibly timely. Today we're at the early stages of a strategic shift in the Australian economy from a natural resources-led relationship with Asia to a much deeper, more multifaceted engagement with the region. It's clear with the weak outlook in commodity prices and the implications for growth, for employment, and for government budgets that we urgently need to make this shift. The benefits of closer ties to Asia are much wider than is commonly understood.
While service industries employ almost 9 out of 10 people, they currently make up only 34% of our value-added exports to Asia, compared to 54% to the rest of the world. The report says new free trade agreements, the liberalisation of Asian economies and increasing demands from their burgeoning middle classes will provide immense new opportunities. Formally launching the report, Small Business Minister Mr Bruce Bilson said services were the sinews and arteries of Australia's economy, and while the potential rewards in Asia were enormous, they would not come easily.
The prize is substantial and very much worth fighting for. This isn't going to be easy. These opportunities are not reserved for us. They are delicious and, as a consequence, hotly contested. Well, we need to do a few things. One is nourish and encourage the appetite for engagement in our region and particularly in the services economy. We need to build confidence that businesses, particularly small and medium enterprises, have the capability and wherewithal to engage successfully.
When most Australians think about exports, we think about manufactured goods like cars and, of course, the minerals that drove the great mining boom. But our biggest trade secret is the value added to those exports by the services embedded in their production. In value-added terms, 41% of our export earnings come from services. The report says that in 2013, direct and value-added export services earned $112 billion and supported 1.1 million jobs. In contrast, mining exports earned $101 billion, supporting 227,000 jobs. The report also estimates sales by Australian affiliates in Asia could grow from $14 billion in 2013 to $78 billion by 2030.
That the services sector is Australia's biggest export earner in value-added terms is simply remarkable, and a fact that does not receive due public recognition. This is a huge opportunity, but as many in the room today well understand, it is not without its challenges. Getting the environment right, for instance, by gaining better access to Asian service markets through free trade agreements and developing a more Asia-capable workforce to service those consumers, is a shared responsibility for both business and government.
But while free trade agreements and liberal markets are central to our service exports, they carry risks as well as opportunities.
You know, those free trade agreements are actually reciprocal agreements. So I think it's a very important point to remember that within Asia, there are some really significant companies that are developing. They have enormous scale, very, very well capitalised, exceptionally good brands in their own country. And they will be coming to Australia and they will look at our market as an attractive market.
It also creates an opportunity for Australian services to continually be competitive with international services. And in order to have that competitiveness or that competitive edge, I think it's important that we are an open service economy.
The report also reinforces the critical importance of developing genuine Asia capability through cultural awareness and language skills and the development of personal relationships.
You don't have to get on a plane to do business in Asia anymore. But when it comes to building friendships, building understanding and building relationships that are sustainable, in my mind, the face-to-face work is really important.
We can't have a glimpse to Asia And if it looks like you're just passing by, they will pass you by.
And there's unanimous agreement that Australia has fallen well behind in its teaching of foreign languages.
If you look at the number of students who are studying Asian languages in our schools, it's hopeless.
Are Asia capabilities undervalued in Australian business?
I think it's highly undervalued. It's actually something that's very difficult to measure, but I think anecdotally there have been studies done that suggest that, for example, Asian Australians are progressing to the higher levels of management within Australian companies. And also I know anecdotally that it's very difficult for Australians returning from long periods in Asia, having had great experience and great things to add, to actually then come back into a role in Australia.
I mean, if we're to be our best selves as individuals, as businesses, we all need to lift our game.